So I'm going to continue on the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2.
Behold, his soul which with lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, so the just is going to live by his faith. And we know that Esau, Edom, is a so-called white man. You know, he's lifted up and it's not upright in him. You know, because he's lifted up in that pride. You know, and we know ultimately that's what the white man Esau, Edom is. He's lifted up in his pride. You know, because this vision was given from Habakkuk. You know, well, yeah, it was a vision Habakkuk had given from Yahawashi. You know, like I was saying, you know, that this is how you know that this is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, because he's fitted up with pride. That's what he has. I'm gonna line that up. I'm gonna line that up with the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, though that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So yeah, that's Esau, Edom, the so-called white man's. That's his mindset. You know, he's saying, who shall bring me to the ground? You know, he thinks no one shall touch him, like how it says in Isaiah chapter 41. You know, the virgin of Babylon. You know, he thinks he's a virgin. No one's gonna touch him. You know. God, I'll continue on. So it's getting into it though, lining it up precept upon precept. That pride is talking about Esau, Edom. Thy pride had deceived thee. You know that pride like Pharaoh. You know, that's what he has. You know, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahawah. So we know Esau, Edom, he likes to be in the stars, man, like it's saying. Exalt himself as an eagle. You know that the Romans, you know, they had that emblem as an eagle, man. You know, it's on the dollar bill. You know, this is their mascot, that eagle. You know, it goes back to those times. You know, and also it's on your debit card if you have one. You know, I could show it right now. You know this. What is that? That's an eagle. You know, they put it everywhere. It's on the flag too. No? Come on. That's why it tells you about that eagle in second Esdras as well. You know, it all lines up. You know, with that beast, which is the whore, which is Babylon. Yeah, that beast is Esau too. And that whore, because the beast is red, right? And then that whore that sitteth on it, you know, that's Babylon. We know that these other nations are gonna come against it, even himself. You know, it's gonna be burned with fire. You know, that whore is gonna be burned with fire, as it tells you in the book of Revelation. Come. Yeah, so I'm going to continue on. Verse 5. Yeah, let me get that Psalm 78. Because this is a parable, you know, a dark parable saying that lines up to prove this is talking about Esau, Edom. So I'm going to get that Psalm 78. Give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us. Verse 4, we will not hide them from their children, showing to the generations to come praises of Yahawah and his strength and his wonderful works that he had done. For he had established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children. You know, that's why we need to teach our children as well. You know, like it says in Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6, train up thy children. You know, that's why I've seen those kids that had those tattoos playing AAU basketball. They're not trained up in this word, because they would know Leviticus 19 and 28. It says, "You shall not put markings on your flesh." That's a sin, you know. And they're just following the ways after Allen Iverson, you know, who ultimately is sinning, man. You know, Allen Iverson's doing the ways of the heathen, you know. God. And yet, give ear, O my people, to my law, incline your ears to the words of my mouth. We need to incline our ears to the words that is being spoken out of Yahawah's mouth. He's speaking through his prophets. So we need to hearken unto the words of Yahawah, you know? Before time runs out, taking heed and hearkening unto it is action. That involves action. And that verse 2, I'll open my mouth in a parable, I will utter dark sayings of old. Yeah, because that's what this is. These are parables and dark sayings. That's why Yahawashi talked to us in parables, you know? And then only the elect are going to be able to understand these, you know? And we get these breakdowns from our elders, you know? And we preach this true doctrine, 100% truth, you know? We don't add to the word like these other camps, you know? God. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into continue on. Yeah, so like I was saying, the beast is Esau, and the whore is Babylon. So yeah, like I said, that Babylon's gonna be destroyed by these other nations and him himself. You know. So I just wanted to get more into that because this is line up with this verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So yeah, this is what he does, you know. When he gathereth all unto him all nations, that was the United Nations. That's what he did. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, you know. And that's what Esau Edom did, you know. So God. We know Genesis 27, he got the fatness of the earth and the sword, and that's how he was able to take over, you know, that Renaissance period, you know, his manifest destiny, taking over these lands, you know, by iniquity and by blood. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long to him that ladeth himself with thick clay? Yeah, destruction to him that increaseth himself, which is not his, because this wasn't his land. He took this from the Native Americans, you know, because we know they came over here after the, you know, from the Syrian captivity, and came over here to get away, you know. It lines up with that second Esdras, you know, 13. God. So verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, and the remnant, verse 7, shall they not rise up, and suddenly thou shalt bite thee, awake thou shalt vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? You know, come, continue on. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, because thou hast spoiled many nations, because thou hast spoiled many nations, and all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, for the violence of the land of the city, and all that dwell therein. So yeah, come on, you're getting into that verse 7, you know. The debtors are going to take action and take upon what you have. Come on. You know, so I'm going to continue on. Because, verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of the blood, for the violence of the land of the city, of all that dwell therein. You know, I'm gonna get this in the NLT for edification's sake. Because you have plundered many nations, now all the survivors will plunder you. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence. Yeah, because Esau Edom's gonna reap what he sows. You know, like I said, you know that him drinking of the wine, transgresseth of the wine, that lines up with Jeremiah 51 in verse 8, when these other nations also drink of the wine and they're mad. You know, like I said, they're gonna take over. They're gonna go against Babylon. They're gonna go against Esau Edom's habitation, which is Babylon the Great. You know, because they brought those philosophies on them, those false religion. You know, those lies. You know, that wine. So I'm gonna continue on. Verse 9, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, and that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Yeah, so set his nest on high. We read that in Obadiah. You know, he like an eagle. You know, he set himself high as the eagle. He's an eagle, as the eagle's, you know, as the eagle's nest. You know, it's precept upon precept. You know, proving who this is talking about. Esau Edom. You know, and woe to him, destruction to him that coveteth an evil covetousness. You know, out of that money that he made is all wickedness. He made this money through wickedness, man. Like I said, by blood and iniquity. That's how he made that money, to covetousness to his house. You know. So verse 10. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. So yeah, like I was saying, he's doing a lot of bloodshed. He has a lot of people under him, and this is getting into the house of Esau, man. Because you know, he put that shame on them, you know, by cutting them off, and he sinned against many people. God. So verse 11, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood, establish a city by iniquity. Yeah, and that's what Esau Edom, the so-called white man, did. It's just destruction to him for that. You know, he built the town with blood. You know, a lot of bloodshed, like I was saying, and he established a city by iniquity. You know, he does iniquity on iniquity, sins on sins. That's what iniquity is. You know, and he did this to the Native Americans, man. He conquered and took over their land in that western area. You know, and he did a lot of bloodshed. You know, it's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. He's gonna pay for that. You know, recompense. It's a righteous thing to pay back. You know, as the scriptures say. We'll continue on. Verse 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge. Slakia. I'm going to read verse 13. Behold, it is not of Yahawah of hosts that people shall labor in very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity. God. Yeah, that's vanity. You know? Continue on. For the earth shall be filled with knowledge of the glory of Yahawah, as the waters cover the sea. So yeah, the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahawashi. You know? You know that this word is getting out in the four corners of the earth. Yahawashi is going to let his word be known. You know, through his Holy Ghost. And he's coming soon. Verse 15, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, and putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Yeah, that's what Esau Edom did. You know, he's giving his neighbor drink and putting the bottle to him. You know, he has the people of our nation drinking of this wine as well. You know, and destruction to him that putteth his neighbor drink. You know. Putting this this wine, this philosophy is on all the nations, and of the 2/3 as well. You know, because we know that Esau Edom's our enemy. So yeah, he's not our brother. Verse 16, thou art filled with shame for glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahawah's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on the glory. Because he let his foreskin be uncovered, let his lifting up his skirt, like as it says in Nahum chapter 3, lifting up the skirt of Esau. And I'll bring that out, Yahawah Radazah, because it's exposing Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You know, it's exposing him for what he truly is. That's what that means. So that the cup of Yahawah's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So yeah, you know, Yahawah's right hand, we know that's through Yahawashi, because he's on the right hand of the Father. You know, and through Yahawashi, he's going to drink of that cup. You know, so that cup shall be turned unto him. And we know this doesn't say that it's Esau Edom, like I said, but precept upon precept, we're proving it is. And the brother Hawiala did a lesson on this as well. That's why I just wanted to bring it out for edification's sake for the California page. You know, get into that. So this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup shall also pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. Yeah, precept on precept says make thyself naked, you know, because it's going to expose you. Lift up thy skirt upon you, getting into it as well. And rejoice and be glad, Edom, because this is your kingdom. This isn't our kingdom. This isn't our rest. So you got to rejoice and be glad right now. But for the time you have. So, you know, as Obadiah, it says you're going to be cut off the face of the earth, and your heritage is going to be laid waste. You know, roughly paraphrasing, as it says in the book of Malachi. And, you know, come on, that's two paraphrases. You know, like, yeah. And that cup shall pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken. Yeah, because you're going to drink of that cup as well. You know, you put that cup on us, so you're going to drink of it as well. Like I said, the faith and patience of the saints. You know, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. So that's what's going to happen to Esau, Edom, and these other nations. We know the 2/3 are going to be destroyed as well. God. In verse 22, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. You know, so that we know that's talking about Israel. You know, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So yeah, daughter of Edom, we know that goes into Basra as well. You know, it ties hand in hand with it. You know, like in Isaiah chapter 63, I went into the Basra as well, because it says that as well. You know, because that's the chief city in Edom, is Basra. You know, right there, that's a semicolon when it says the daughter of Zion. So it says he will no more carry thee into captivity. You know, so it's saying that they're gonna flip. It's gonna flip. That they're gonna be going into captivity after Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi, you know, will visit the iniquity. You know, he will visit, O daughter of Edom, and he will discover thy sins. You know, because like I said, you know, they're gonna get judgment. You know, because they're gonna get punished for their sins. That's why he will discover their sins. You know, yeah, like I was saying. Yeah, because that cup's going to be passed to him and make him naked. You know, like I was saying. It's lifting up his skirt. So Khan. I'm gonna get Micah, the book of Micah, chapter 2. So this is Micah chapter 2 in verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the practice is light, it's like when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So this is what was getting into, what we were going over into Habakkuk chapter 2. You know, he covetous the house, and they oppress a man in his house and his heritage. Yeah, because you know, Esau, he'll take over somebody's heritage as well and say that he's that person. You know, because they went from the east to the west. You know, they took over names. You know, even Jake's is what is names they took over, man. You know, because that's what they want to act like. They want to act like they're Jake's. You know, because you know, we see it going on today. You know, like how they name themselves like Ben Israel. You know. Yeah, like, because they'll take your name and take over your land. You know, like they did in Ireland. But yeah, Khan, like I was saying, you know, this was getting into it. Yeah, you know, how they covet fields and take them by violence. You know, because we was getting into how they covet, you know, and take over land. You know, and houses. So that's what they were doing. It was precept upon precept. Continue on. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He had changed a portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away had divided our fields. Yeah, because he spoiled nations. You know, and you know, the remnant shall spoil thee. You know, and you know, that's just going into it, man. You know, precept upon precept. What's going to happen to him? You know, because he's going to reap what he sows. So we know the elect is going to recompense it back to him. God. I'm going to go down to verse 8. Even of late my people is risen up as an enemy. Ye pulled off the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely, as men averse from war. The women of my people have ye cast out from their pleasant houses. From their children have ye taken away my glory forever. Come on, go down to verse 12. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put them together as the sheep of Basra, as the flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. So Yakan, he's gonna gather his remnant from Basra, and that's the chief city of Edom. Like I was saying, you know, like it lines up with Isaiah chapter 63 as well. Yahawah, you check that lesson out. You know, so God. Yeah, because that's what it was getting into, man. God. I'm gonna read that verse 10 too. Arise ye depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. So yeah, this is the land of our captivity. This is not our rest, you know? Because we're a slave, you know? We're still in captivity, as the scriptures say. You know, according to the curses, and in Baruch chapter, Baruch, it tells us that we're subject to payments, you know, in captivity. So, Khan, I want to get this. This is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. It's talking about the miserable ruin of Nineveh. But I'm going to link it up to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You know? Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery, and the prey departeth not. So yeah, Babylon the Great, that's that bloody city, man. Because we know what they did, you know? Like I said, to the Native Americans and also to our people. We see the wickedness of the white man, all this lynching that he did to our people, you know, during the times of captivity, you know? Esau Edom has a lot of blood on his hands. Verse 2, the noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots, the horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a great multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. Yeah, because there's going to be so many dead when Yahawashi comes that they'll be stumbling upon their own dead bodies. You know, that recompense is coming. You know, because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-valored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Yeah, and that's going on today. You know, the selling of whoredoms, you know, through witchcraft. You know, there's a lot of prostitution going on. You know, a lot of whoredom going on. You know? I'm going to line that up with the book of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Yeah, there shouldn't be a whore. There shouldn't be a whore of the daughter of Israel, and there shouldn't be a sodomite of Israel. So we shouldn't see people of our nation celebrating that pride, and we shouldn't see our daughters of Israel, of Zion, being whores, being at these strip clubs, being harlots, being on these OnlyFans, and selling their body for you know what. And then I'm gonna line that up with that. Because that's what we don't want to do, you know. So this is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. Yeah, because that's what would happen if you let whoredom happen. It was in the law. So you wouldn't want whoredom to happen of Israel, because then the land would be full of wickedness. And that's what we see going on today. A lot of whoredom in this land is full of wickedness. Because this is not our rest, like I said. So this is verse 5 in Nahum. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahawah of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Yeah, because he's going to expose you, show you your wickedness, you know, to the nations. And that's why the nations drink of that cup and they're mad. You know, like I was saying, you know, we're exposing the shame, we're lifting the skirts upon Esau as well by bringing out this word. You know, and you need to take heed. Because we're lifting up that banner. We're setting the standard. You know? Whether they hear or forbear, you got to listen, take heed. Whether they hear or forbear, we still got to bring the word out. That leads me to the book of Job, chapter 20. Start at verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Yeah, because it's only but for a moment. Because like it says that also, the hypocrite shall perish. In the book of Job. Yup, you already know. Okay, Yahawashi, Yahawashi. So this is Job chapter 8 and verse 13. So are the paths of all that forget Yahawashi, Yahawashi, and the hypocrite's hope shall perish. Yeah, because the hypocrite's hope shall perish. And that's why a hypocrite's going to perish. This is the book of Job, chapter 27, and verse 8. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he had gained when God taketh away his soul? You know, will God hear his cry when trouble come upon him? Yeah, because that's a rhetorical question. Yahawashi Yahawashi is not going to hear his cry when trouble comes upon him. God, I'll continue on. Verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds. So yeah, we see that goes into precept upon precept. We brought that out in the book of Obadiah, and we brought that, you know, yeah, it's in Habakkuk as well. So we're linking it up to see this is talking about Esau, Edom. You know, because this is going into he mounted up to the heavens, and you think he's not going to be touched. You know, they had that one world order in the book in the time of Nimrod. We know Nimrod means rebellion. You know, he had that his tower, and he tried to reach it up to heaven, man. He tried to reach up to the clouds. You know, also, yeah, Khan. That was that one world, that new world order that he was bringing. You know, and that's what we see today, is a new world order being brought around. Yeah, because also Antiochus, he brought that to our people as well, that one world order. He said, let us all be one people, you know, and then they didn't let our people they took away the laws from our people during the Hellenization period. And that's why some of our people became Gentiles, you know. The southern kingdom. We know how the northern kingdom, how they became Gentiles as well. You know, in the book of Kings, during the time of Rehoboam and Jeroboam. God. So I'm gonna continue on. So verse 8, Job chapter 20, verse 8. He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found, yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Yeah, because he's going to be chased away for what he did. This is payback to what he did to our people, the 12 tribes of Israel. Verse 9, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. Yeah. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. So yeah, we see Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, does that. You know, he tries to seek to please the poor. So he'll give you these food stamps, you know, and this welfare, you know, and you know this is all part of his tactics. Because once he brings those things, you know, he's gonna all enforce that to the mark of the beast, to get those welfares and those EBTs, you know. God, because you know, like this, you know, Albert Pike, he was a Freemasonry. He did that witchcraft as well, you know. And you know, this all goes to Esau, Edom, that satanic worship, you know, like the Behoven Grove worship. You know, this is all by design. You know, they have the Georgia Guidestones where it tells you that they're going to make the people to a certain amount of people, because it's all part of their New World Order, like I was saying. So you can't. So I'm going to continue on, verse 11. His bones are full of sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. So yeah, Khan, yeah, he's gonna lie down with him in the dust, you know, because it's going into like he's gonna be destroyed, you know. So Khan, I'm gonna continue on verse 12. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue. Yeah, that's that deceit, hiding it under his tongue, you know. So verse 13, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. So he says one thing, but he means another. You know, like that Psalms 55 and 21. You know, he comes with smooth words, but there's war in his heart, like he did to the Native American Indians. You know, our people. You know, the Northern Kingdom. God, he had swallowed down riches. So, let me get this 14. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned, it is gall of apes within him. So you have verse 15. He has swallowed down riches, he shall vomit them up again, God shall cast them out of his belly. So yeah, we're going to get our riches back. All the riches that he stole from our people, you know, it's all going to come back. You know, he probably has those riches hidden in the Vatican, you know. It's all going to come back to the saints. Come on, continue on. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. Yeah, because there's going to be no joy. He's not going to have the fatness of the earth no more. He's not going to be able to see this. He's going to be cut off the face of the earth, as it says in the book of Obadiah. Verse 18, that which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. So yeah, there's going to be no joy in wealth for him, you know. Con. Yeah, con, because it's all gonna be what he worked for. He's gonna have to give back, you know. That's what it's going into. You know, it's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, man. So con, verse 19. Because he had oppressed and had forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. So yeah, we just went into that in Micah chapter 2. You know, oppressing the poor, taking houses, you know, coveting for houses, you know, forsaking the poor, precept upon precept, you know. And we know it lines up with Habakkuk too as well. You know, this is all telling you who this is, man. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Precept upon precept. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. So you can't. Yeah, he's like, his meat's not going to be left, like his goods, you know. Like I was saying, that verse 7, you know, he shall perish forever like his own dung, which shall he seen him say, where is he? You know, like I said, it's prophesied in the book of Obadiah, he's going to be cut off the face of the earth, you know. So yeah, yeah, like, so I'm going to continue reading. So I'm going to continue reading. So like I said, none of his meat shall be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. Yeah, because no man's going to be looking for it. Yeah, because none of his meat's going to be left, like I said. And where is he? He's not going to be found. So verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. You know? So that wicked, it's going, and you go into it in the blue letter, it's going into laborer, you know? You know, because a laborer, you know, you're exhausted. And you know, like, that sufficiency, while he should be in his sufficiency, is going into, like, he's going to be in that, he's going to be satisfied.
Amen. Bless the Lord. Hallelujah.
Yeah, all praise to Yahawashi, Yahawashi. You hear the word? Yeah, his true name's Yahawashi. Yeah, so, yeah, so in his sufficiency, when you look at that to the Hebrew, it goes into like clapping, you know, because that's what they do when they get their sufficiency. They're going to be clapping, and you know, mockers as well. It goes into mocking, because that's what they'll do, where they think that they got this. They bring out that CBDC and it's out. Oh yeah, they start clapping. Oh, we got it out. We did what we wanted, you know. But he shall be in straits. You know, that's that difficulty. He's going to be in straits, you know. Because every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, you know. That, like I said, that's that troublesome, you know. Also, it's a laborer. It's the labor. What's going on? Yeah, that's what's going on, man. And order out of chaos is going on, and like he's bringing that digital enslavement. Yeah, like I said, that wicked in the blue letter is labor. So we know that that's what he's getting into. Because the laborers are exhausted out here, man. Come on, we continue on. Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. Yeah, hold on, for edification's sake. Yeah, so Job 21. It's like in Job chapter 20. And yeah, like that verse 21. Yeah, so it's like I said, because I said none of his meat is going to be left. This is what I meant by that. Verse Job chapter 20 and 21 NLT. Nothing is left after they finish gorging themselves. Therefore, their prosperity will not endure. Yeah, because their prosperity is not going to endure. Like I said, they're going to be like, where is he? He's going to be cut off the face of the earth. I just wanted that to be for more edification's sake, you know, because no man's going to be looking for his goods, you know. That's what that's getting into yet, you know, because his prosperity will not last. It's not going to endure. And yeah, because nothing's going to be left for him to consume, because he's going to be destroyed, like I was saying. So yeah, I'm going to read that verse 23 where I was at again. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So yeah, he's not going to get away from this. You know, his wrath. He's going to get that destruction from Yahawashi. Once he thinks he has his New World Order established, his CBDC and his chip, you know, Yahawashi is going to cast his fury, his wrath upon him. He's going to be destroyed. That's why this is going to come as a thief in the night when people don't expect it. Because they're going to think this place is going to last forever. Like how it says in Psalms chapter 49, verse 11. God, verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of the steel shall strike him through. See, that's getting into the missiles, you know, the arrows. You know, that's a dark saying. You know, in the military, they would also say that an arrow, a bow was a missile. Yeah, so it's going to strike him through. 25, it is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yeah, glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Tears are upon him. So yeah, this is the end. I'm going to continue on. All darkness shall be hid in the secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. You know, so this is a portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. So yeah, that heritage is going to be laid waste. Like in the book of Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. You know, it explains that Esau's the wicked, and his heritage is going to be laid waste. You know? So God. So yeah, like this is going into the destruction of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. His kingdom is going to be ended, his empire. You know, and like those missiles are going to take over here through Yahawashi when World War III hits. And those missiles are shot over here, like I said in my last lesson. You know, and like he's going to swallow down the riches that's going into Isaiah chapter 16 and verse 5. You know, he's going to give the riches back. You know? Let me read that one real quick. Book of Isaiah chapter 16 and verse 5. Then thou shalt see flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. This is Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 5. And the stranger shall stand and flee your flocks, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. But ye shall be named the priest of Yahawah. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory ye shall boast yourselves. In their glory ye shall boast yourselves. So yeah, they're going to give back their riches to the saints, like I was saying. And we can line that up with the book of James. is James chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl, for your misery shall come upon you. Because, you know, they got it through. Yeah, like, I'm going to read verse 2. Your riches are corrupted, your garments are moth-eaten. Yeah, because, like, he got it through deception, you know. That's why his miseries are going to come upon him, you know. That God, through the bloodshed, you know, he became rich. And while our people are over here celebrating these sports, which are go back to the, you know, to the Greeks, you know, and Romans, they celebrated sports back then. This is nothing new under the sun, you know. People are gonna have a rude awakening when Yahawashi comes. That's what they said back then. Just give them a circus, and then they'll be distracted, you know. And that's what's going on today. So God, verse 3: your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. You know, and this is talking about that they shall burn. You know, the whore, which is Babylon, is going to burn, like I was saying, with great fire. The other nations will have it burned, you know, because they're going to go against it, because they're going to be mad when they drink of that wine, like I said. God, there they go with the fireworks, the pagan ways, you know. Verse 4, behold, the hire of your laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. You know, and yeah, they've had a lot. Every way they've got their riches, you know, and the way they put these riches on our people, you know, like I was saying. You know, because it's all dealt by fraud. You know, like the way that because the way that the money, the monetary system, like I was saying, is all fraud. You know, because he's making you have no purchase power by you having putting your money in the bank, and each year you're working. You know, because you're not investing it, the dollar's losing its value. So if you're not investing it, it's becoming worthless. And yeah, it's just inflation has to do with it too, and it's all fraudulent. And that currency is going to zero, because his monetary system is evil. Like God. So God. So, who have reaped down your fields, which is you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord, a Sabbath oath. So who is our people that cried, who are crying to the Lord, a Sabbath oath, which is the Lord of hosts? You know, it's the children of Israel, because we know that wicked, like in Job chapter 20, what we just went into in Job chapter 20 and 22, it's the wicked is the laborers. So it's going into the laborers as well. And those laborers are who are in captivity. You know, who is in the house of bondage. As it says, you know, according to a Revelation, you know, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Because it goes into we're in the house of bondage. God. Because we're suffering as well through this bondage, like I'm saying. So we're gonna, the same way that we cried to in the book of Exodus, so and Yahawah heard us in bondage, is the same way that the Lord of Sabbath oath is gonna hear us. This is our book of Exodus 2, verse 23. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage. And they cried, and their cry came up unto Yahawah by reason of the bondage. The bondage, yeah, because we're in the house of bondage to this day. And that's why this is spiritually Egypt. It's just like in the time of Egypt, we're in the house of bondage. And God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham and Isaac and with Jacob. So yeah, let me line that up too. The house of bondage. It's precept upon precept. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 6. I am the Lord thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. You know? That's what I was getting into. This is spiritually Egypt. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them. So yeah, so that's the same thing that's going to happen in our captivity. He's going to have respect unto us and hear us and deliver us because we're crying unto him. Just like in Ezekiel chapter 9, where it says we're crying for all the abominations that are going on. You know? Come on. Now I'm going to continue on. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. So yeah, that's dealing with the death and captivity, and you know, the theft. This is all that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man did. This is what James is prophesying about, you know? So verse 7, be patient therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the freshest fruit of the earth. He hath long patience for it until he receiveth the early and latter rain. So yeah, because yeah, we're the first fruits, you know, and that's why we got to be patient and wait for the bride, you know, because he's coming for his bridegroom, you know, like as the scriptures say. So we got to be patient and wait for Yahawashi, you know. And if they try to say this isn't talking about Israelites, that's why we just go to the book of James chapter 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of God, of Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Yeah, because that's the 12 tribes of Israel. This is who it was talking about. We were the ones who were in captivity. And we're the ones scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth. That's why this gospel is being preached on the four corners of the earth. And then the end shall come. You know? Come on. This is Psalms chapter 139 and verse. This is Psalms chapter 139 and verse 19. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O God, departeth from me, therefore ye bloody men. Yeah, because these are bloody men, like I was saying, that have done this wickedness, you know? They've done this wickedness, man. God, they've done it to our people. You know, like I said, they've corrupted this land with blood, man. Verse 20, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thy enemies take thy name in vain. Yeah, because the enemies take thy name in vain. And you know, ultimately the 2/3 do as well. You know, because those are our enemies as well. And it says in the law, don't take the name in vain. And like I said, in Proverbs 18:10, the Yahawah's name is the strong tower. So if you're not using that name, you're taking it in vain, and you're gonna learn the hard way. That's why we get baptized in the true name of Yahawashi. Verse 21. Do not I hate them, O Yahawah, that hate thee? And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. Yeah, because we hate our enemies. We don't love our enemies. You know, if you think we love our enemies, you got it twisted. That's talking about the nation of Israel, to hate our enemies. Verse 24, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way of everlasting. Yeah, because we don't want any wickedness inside of us. We want no guile inside of us. We want to be holy and blameless, that we could be of the elect, Yahawah Radazah, spot and blameless, like how the elect's going to be in Revelation chapter 14. You know? This is Psalms chapter 145 and verse 20. Yahawah preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked he will destroy. Yeah, all the wicked he's going to destroy, man. You know, the wicked goes with the 2/3 and the nations that are confederate against the 12 tribes of Israel, according to Psalms 83. You know, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You know, and these other nations. You know? My mouth shall speak the praise of Yahawah, and let all the flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. Yeah, because we bless Yahawashi in his name forever and ever. You know? God. Because he's going to preserve all them that love him. You know, we love him, we keep his commandments. We follow this doctrine. We follow the book from the old to the new. We don't do nothing or add or take to and fro from it. You know? We follow it. But all the wicked will he destroy, man. And that's what's going to happen when these nuclear missiles hit. You know? So I'm gonna go up and read verse 17. Yahawah is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works. See, I'm gonna line that up. Slocky, bear with me. This is Psalms chapter 22. Verse 22. I will declare thy name unto the brethren, in the midst of the congregation I will praise thee. Ye that fear Yahawah, praise him. All ye seed of Jacob, glorify him, and fear him, all ye seed of Israel. Yeah, come. We want to fear him. You know? Come on, because we're going to declare that name unto the brethren. We're going to declare that true name unto the brethren. Like I was saying, that name is important. You know? God. I wanted to line that up with the book of Proverbs. Because, yeah, you know, it's like it's saying, yes, this is the book of, yeah, because it's saying Yahawah is righteous in all his way and holy in all his works. So that's why I wanted to get that Proverbs with it. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 22. Lying lips are abomination to Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi, but they that deal truly are his delight. Because yeah, you know, that's the if you are truly, he loves it, that you it delights him, you know, because you want to be righteous, like I was saying. So verse 18, the Lord is nigh unto them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. So we want to call upon him in truth and sincerity, man. We got to be doing this in truth and sincerity. Verse 19, he will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He will also hear their cry, and he will save them. So we got to just endure and trust in Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi in these last days, and he will hear our cry, and he will save us. You know? So, God. I'm going to line that up. Romans chapter 9. Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Yeah, so that's getting into what he quoted in Malachi. Paul quoted that in Malachi. You know, because Jacob he loves, Esau he hated. Because, you know, Esau, he's the one that is oppressing us, and we're in captivity under him right now. You know, the so-called white man. You know, you see the wickedness he did to our people. You know, and it's like, that's why we know that there's no way that Esau is receiving salvation. He doesn't love him, man. Come on. Like it just said, the way the wicked will be destroyed. You know, he created the wicked and preserved them for the day of evil, as it says in the book of Proverbs. You know. So verse 14, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahawah? Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi forbid. Yeah, there's no unrighteousness in them. You know, like what I just said in Psalms 45, he loves them that are in righteousness, man. Roughly paraphrasing what I brought out, you know. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. Yeah, because Esau, he showed no mercy, so he's not getting no mercy back. You know, as it says in the book of James chapter 2, he showed no mercy, he's not getting no mercy back. He's going to reap what he sowed. He says, verse 15, for he said to Moses, I will, verse 16, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. So only Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi is going to show mercy to you if you come back to his word and take heed and hearken unto it before he comes, before the famine of the word. Because, you know, faith cometh by hearing of the word, and faith is accounted for righteousness, according to Romans chapter 4. So we know we want to have that righteousness and faith in Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi. Verse 17, for the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Therefore he had mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he hardened. Yeah, and that hardened is different from the hardened that I brought out in my last lesson, man, in Mark chapter 6. You know, this hardened is going to be going into that being stubborn. You know, because you're in that pride, man. You know, and you harden your heart. Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi hardened his heart. You know, Esau is in that pride as well too. You know, but you know, so we know Esau is hardened as well. He acts hardened as well, just like Pharaoh. And you know, but just like how Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi raised up Pharaoh and the Egyptians and took him down to show his power, he's gonna do it to this kingdom as well. How he raised up Esau and the Edomites, you know, and these other nations that drank up the wine and followed him. And these 2/3 are gonna see the power as well too, and they're gonna wish they came to Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi, but it's gonna be too late. As the scriptures say, he's gonna laugh at their calamity, and he's gonna laugh at their calamity through the saints as well. You know. See ya, Khan. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. You know, Yahawah Radazar was edifying. Yeah, because this is for the household of faith. That's what we're looking for, is faith. You know, as the scriptures say. Yeah, we'll get to it. So this is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 6. Now when Yahawashi was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Yahawashi understood it, he said unto him, I trouble you, the woman, for she had wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman had done be told for a memorial of it. And with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi. Peace, salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad across the four corners of the earth, learning or teaching this gospel in truth and sincerity, waiting on the second coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahawashi. Shalom.